So in this video, I'm revealing 3 secrets on how to increase sales conversion rates. And these are things that I've implemented in my own business that have converted like crazy. I know that sounds like hyperbole, but it is absolutely true. So if you're digging all this new content, make sure that you are subscribing to the channel so you get notified every time that I put new content here. So let's dive right into it. How to increase sales conversions and my 3 secrets revealed. So that sounds like hyperbole, right? 3 secrets revealed. The truth of the matter is that these are not secrets. I mean, why would they be secrets? Most salespeople know they should be doing this, but most people are not. And there are 3 things that most salespeople do not want to do. And of course, if they did do them, they'd see a huge conversion in their sales. And when I give you the 3rd tip, it's really quite bizarre. So you're gonna wanna wait until the end of the video and make sure you get that. All right, so here is tip number 1. Listen more and shut the f up. Oops, did I say that? Yeah, I did. Shut the f up. So what do I mean there? Aside from the cursing, of course, just listening more. So what do I mean by this? Listen more. Well, you should be asking questions. Of course, I cover questions in other videos here. And the reason that you're asking questions is to be able to identify what the problem is of the prospect. The more that you have them talking, they should be talking about 80% of the time, and you should be talking 20% of the time during that whole sales conversation. The reason being is that they're going to be telling you and giving you clues in terms of what the problem is, so that when you do your talking for the 20 minutes, or the 20% of the time, that you are fitting your solution exactly to their problem. So at the end, when you're asking for the sale, they're like, well, yeah, of course, your solution fits my problem exactly. Oh, of course, if you don't listen, or if you don't give the prospect an opportunity to talk, you're never going to identify what those problems are. So that's why it's a secret that most salespeople tend not to do. Most salespeople love to talk and hear their own voice. I mean, I do too. That's why I do these videos, so I can hear myself talk. And during a sales conversation, you need to be listening most of the time. So answer this honestly down below in the comments. How much do you listen during a sales presentation? I'd love to hear your answer on that, and I promise I won't berate you if it's more than 80% of the time that you're talking and you're only listening 20% of the time. Once you identify that that's something that you need to work on, well, great, go work on it. Okay, your second tip, and this is something that most salespeople, again, don't like to do and don't do, it's visual framing. And what do I mean by that? So if you're doing an in-person consultation, and most fitness professionals do in-person, most medical doctors do in-person consultations. They'll talk about video consultations as well. But in that in-person consultation, how you have your prospect relative to you and where their field of focus is really important. That's what I call visual framing. So imagine that you're at a desk, and you have this desk in front of you, and then the prospect's across from the desk. That is absolutely the wrong way to have a consultation, because now there's a barrier between you and them. So you actually want to be kind of side by side, like 45-degree angles, and on the same side of the desk. That way you're literally on the same side. And psychologically, that puts you at a much higher conversion rate, because now that prospect is liking you, trusting you, you're on their side, of course. And of course, you should be selling things that they absolutely need and want. So if they're looking out a window and there's a lot of like passerbyers and things like that, that is a recipe for disaster, because now they're being distracted by things that are going by. When I had my fitness studio, I laid out the room where we did the consultation so that they were looking at this wall, and on the wall was my wall of fame, which had all these testimonials and success stories of clients. I mean, that's the epitome of visual framing, because now they're seeing all these people that are getting really great results that they want themselves. And they're not being distracted by anything else, like people walking by outside the office, some window, birds hitting the window, whatever else is going outside. They see this visual, they have this visual reference of what they want. So in your own business, what can you do to kind of create that visual reference, that visual framing, so the client is focused on what you want them to be focused on, and they are getting this whole like visual reference of what is possible with your service. Now, if you're doing Zoom calls with people, so Zoom, you're going to be like face-to-face with them. And so there's no way around that, which is fine. Behind you, what is behind you? Is it distracting? Do you have diplomas on the wall? Do you have awards? Do you have nice plants? What's going on that can create that visual frame that identifies you as a professional and somebody that can help them? Like, I'll do a virtual background on Zoom, which is really great, and put my logos up there. So visually they see, okay, this is what we're talking about. It's, it's non-distracting. I don't have people going behind me and things like that. So it's really important, even when you're doing video conferencing, that you have this visual framing for the client that puts you as the expert. Also, what are you wearing? Are you, in a t-shirt, which is typically how I do my calls. But if you're a medical professional, you should be wearing your lab coat, maybe a stethoscope around the collar. If you're a workout professional, you have a nice polo shirt that has your logo on it, it has pictures of clients behind you. All that visual frame is really important. I have this new ebook that I'd love to give to you. There's a link below where you can grab it. It's how to book up your calendar with appointments by Monday morning, so that when you wake up Monday morning, poof, they're there. And you can see, all your appointments are booked out for the week. And it's something that I've been working with clients on, and it works brilliantly, because you, as the salesperson, you don't necessarily have to do a bunch to make this happen. So grab that below. The link's right down below. Love for you to have that. So tip number 3, which is a little bizarre but very important, and I spoke a little bit about it in tip number 2, but it's your physical positioning. Where are you positioned in that consultation? So if you're doing in-person consultations, you should be seated on the right of the prospect. So if they're seated over here, like in my perspective anyway, if they're seated over here, you're seated over here. The right is the power side. That's going to automatically put you in the power position, which, as a salesperson, you're leading the conversation, so you need to be in that position. And you definitely don't want to be face-to-face with somebody, especially if you're a man doing a consultation with another man. That's a very confrontational positioning. So you want to be kind of not side by side, but more at a 45-degree angle. And that positioning will help you create better rapport, put them more at ease, allow them to know, like, and trust you. So those are my 3 tips on how to increase your sales conversion rates. And I hope you absolutely enjoyed them. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, make a comment down below, put that thumbs up, and like the video, and even share it with some friends and people that could find this information useful. And of course, I have other videos that you can watch right here that have more to do with sales, follow up, follow through, all the great stuff that I like to share with you on this channel. So until next time, you have a great day.